Okay, we got two more parcels here. Well, two purchases from Gary Davies. Same person I bought the mint to be from. Comes in this nice package with a little bit of gold wrap on it. Packaged individually with a little sticker on there. We got one Cooper Pedy and one mint to be parcel. So, let's look at what we've got here and what we've got to cut. These were billed as mid-grade cutter parcels, the type of stuff that a lot of you might be looking at and looking for. So let's look real quick, see what the initial impression is. There's a color bar at the top of that, pretty thin. There's one with a little bit better color bar. Not much better. Interesting, not much there. There's some color on that one. Well, that's mostly sandstone, but you can see there's color in there that comes around. Not much in that. Some razor thin color bar. A little bit better color bar on that one. Just a quick peek in here. This is about what you would expect from a mid-grade parcel. The sizing is right for cutters. The color bars are thin or dim. Almost all of them have some color in them. So there's one of the wider color bars that's not very bright. Probably not going to face very bright. But yeah, that is what it is. That's about what I expected. That's probably a good little, not terribly expensive cutting parcel. So there's the mint to be one. Now I don't remember, I bought one of these two and then saw the other one and I said, hey, go ahead and throw the other one in. One of them was a higher priced parcel. I think this Cooper Pedy was higher priced and the mint to be was the lower priced one, and I probably wouldn't have bought the mint to be one if I hadn't already bought the Cooper Pedy. That's my memory. I'm sure I paid less than $1 a carat for that mint to be, and probably not much more than that. I can already see that the color in this Cooper Pedy parcel is showing up brighter. There's a couple of nice hits of color there. From what I saw, this one should have had color in almost every piece, and I see it. I don't know if you can see it, but if let me get you in a little bit closer. But that light's terrible. But you can probably see that almost all of these have some color in them. Almost all of them, these would give you a chance to cut something. Where's that at? Oh, that one's actually really nice. It's got that sand in the middle, so you're looking at splitting that in half and getting a cutter on the top and a cutter on the bottom. But if you know what you're doing, that might be a couple of nice stones right there. Color there. Color there. You know, some of these are pretty thin and pretty small, but I would say this is a good parcel for what I paid. Exactly what I expected when I bought it. Gary Davies, that's a thumbs up. If you're looking for somebody, he has a lot of parcels, everything from very expensive to inexpensive to in the middle. And the three parcels that I've got from him have been about what I expected for about what I paid. I would recommend him if you're looking for rough. Now we can go cut something. That one's probably the best piece in here. That's the Kingstone, just because of the brightness of the color, even though it's going to have some problems. There's another one that's dang near all color. Alright. Welcome to the Opal Cave. I got a fan going behind me and the door open because I forgot to turn off the water last night and there's a little bit of water on the floor. But I think I showed you right at the beginning of this video, I should have showed you what I got going on here. The mint to be and Cooper Pedy parcels that I got from Gary Davies. And I got some of both here. I'm gonna let you guess. We'll cut them. Why don't we do this? I'm gonna cut them, and if you can guess, I have 3 here from one parcel, 2 from the other. And the order that I cut them in, if you guess correctly what field each stone comes from, 1 through 5, either Cooper Pedy or Mintaby, guess correctly where the stone comes from, and then after a couple of days when we've had guesses, I'm sure more than one person's going to get it right, so we'll randomly draw whoever gets it right, and the best stone from these 5 will go to the winner of who can pick the Cooper Pedy from the Mintaby. I won't try to not give any hints. There should be enough hints right here if you know anything about the 2 fields. Well, let's see what we can cut from these. They were like 300 and 400 carat parcels that I picked up for, I think they were under $1 a carat. You know, $1 to $2 a carat is kind of mid-grade. I really don't think you should try to get stuff any lower than that because you're not consistently going to get anything worth cutting. And so that's, I mean, every once in a while you'll pick up a bargain for the 50 cents to $1 a carat, but most of the time in that price range, you're not going to get anything. So that's why I bought these to kind of just test them. And these are what you'd expect. And I don't think we're going to cut any $1,000 stones. I'm positive we won't. But we might cut 1 or 2 in here that's worth the money that I paid for the parcel, and almost all of them look like they'd be fun to cut. So without further ado, pay attention. 1 through 5, which ones are for, and I'm just going to sit them right here in front of me, on the cabbing machine. I'm going to pick them up in random order and cut them in order I pick them up. So let's go. I'll have to pay attention to what I got going here probably. Okay. I semi-random picked these stones out of the 2 parcels. I had them both dumped into the same bowl. I was talking to somebody this morning that had bought a parcel of Lightning Ridge, I believe Mulga Field stuff, and I was recommending to them that they not buy that type of material. Yes, this Cooper Pedy and Mintaby stuff is not going to have the possible upside of the Lightning Ridge stuff, but it's also going to be easier to get value for your money. What I told him was the cheap Lightning Ridge stuff is probably not good, and even the expensive Lightning Ridge stuff is a bit of a gamble. All Opal is a gamble, but even more so, especially if you're talking knobbies and stuff like that. It's beautiful. If it's worth it to you and you know what you're doing, then by all means. So we got a little bit of sand right there. Looks like it might. You see how this has been killing me lately, but you see how that kind of dingy look goes down past through the sand? That stuff doesn't come out of the stone unless you go way deeper than you want to sometimes, and sometimes going down to get it out, you actually reveal more problems than you think. I don't think that's the case here because I don't think we'll have anything. Cooper Pedy is far less likely to, no, I won't even say that, but anyway, let's, we're gonna take a little bit more off the thickness. I try to be mindful to cut on the left side of the wheel because naturally I want to cut right here and you wind up with the groove. But that left us plenty of thickness for this size of stone, whatever we end up with. We'll take a little bit down off the top now. There's our color bar showing up. I'm actually cutting this. This one, the color bar is like this, but I'm gambling that I can cut this one across the face, and I might have some plot signs in between, but I think this is where it's going to be the most interesting. So that's why I did this. And I think we're going cabochon, right? Cabochon. Okay. I think that one's ready to be dopped up. See how that dinginess goes through all the way up and there's that sweep up? That's not going to come out. We're going to have to hope that we take it in a little bit and roll that out and it comes out, but it might be, that one's going to make that side tough. It might be that we have to do something else. Narrow it up a little bit. Let's see if we narrow it up a little bit. See, it's almost like there might be a crack right there with that dirt in it. See the way it sweeps up? Right there. See that? That one's ready to be dopped up. So keep track. This is stone number 1. What in the world? Looks to me like that there's going to be a crack that curves right around there. But either way, stone number 1. Okay? Here we go, stone number 2. I grabbed this one I'm not sure about this one right here. It's a thin chip. And if it doesn't cut pretty much clean, then there's not going to be enough thickness here for anything. I don't know what we have, but I saw the color flash and I picked it up. I don't know if that color is going to face and give us anything or not, but thought it was worth a try. What's their better side? Looks like this side is their side to face. So later tonight, my sisters Mariah and Christine will be here. We're gonna cut tomorrow, maybe film a video or two. I'll be leaving on the cruise the next day, won't be back for a week. I think I'll hold back the second half of that big stone to send that video out during the week so that you guys have something to watch. It's a good one. Okay, stone number 2. Alright, I like the color there. I don't like the mess on the top and the bottom. Now look at the color that popped up in that. That might be all we have. I think this might be all sand. Looking to see if there's anything here but sand. I don't know, what's your favorite part of cutting? Mine's this discovery stage right here, really. When you start peeking into them and see what they're going to possibly give you. This is usually all, I don't know. It's usually my favorite part, because on the ones that are going to give you something, this is where they really show you what you might be able to expect. We got to get that sand off. Ooh. What do you say when it's over? I don't know if I should say anything at all. One day you're rolling in the clover. Next thing you know, you take a fall. Still I think about the years since I first met you. The way it would have been without you here. And I don't know if words from me can still upset you, but I've just got to let this memory stand clear. Sand! Still I'm leaving here a better man for knowing you this way. Things I didn't know before, now I think I can. And I'm leaving here a better man. Man, that sand's gonna make it tough. We're clean there. Will we get really thin? We got a chance. I don't know if it's a good chance, but we have a chance of getting something. We can't even get out of the sand on the bottom. Sand goes all the way up into there. But there is a top there. So maybe we dop that up, make ourselves an oval, see what we can get. That's stone number 3. If you want, you can make a separate comment. Well, that'll be too hard for me to track. Make a separate comment for each stone as I do them, and then compile them all into one comment at the end. Stone 1, stone 2, stone 3, stone 4, stone 5. However you want to keep track. Stone 3. Probably the most potential, but least likely to work out. Stone 4. This one's interesting. It's kind of a big chunk. Sand, color, inclusions. Yuck. Where do you even start on something like this? Almost want to split it right there. Get almost for sure a little 1 to 1.5 carat piece there, and another one probably there, maybe even slightly bigger. But that sand's going to barrel through there. There's no way we're getting that whole thing. So we're going to split this. Both sides of these will be stone number 4, unless we can face it from this side and ignore that. This diamond wheel is really broken in a lot milder than it was before. It still cuts fairly quickly, but not as aggressively as it did initially. Yeah, I don't think our face is on that side. I mean, again, we could face it here on this tip, take that off, get a nice stone there. I think that's our move. We're going to cut it right down that crack and sand line and see what we get. Teardrop and oval or round. Oh, let me see the water. This is what we had inside. Just like I thought, that sand pocket went in quite a ways. But now we can clean that off and hopefully get 2 stones out of stone number 4. Nice little piece, not gonna be very big. Gotta keep these 2 together. Where's our cut here? We got kind of garbage all over around this one. That might be the face right there, because that right there is going to be kind of ate up. That might be something. Okay. Stone 4A and B. Thin color bar. Thin, thin, thin. Stone 5. Okay, if there's going to be a color bar on this one, will be right underneath that sand. I'm not seeing any color pop up in that. I thought it had a color bar from the side, but well, it does right there. That's about it. Will that show up and be anything? Color bar dives down, and I don't see how to save it. It's right at an angle right in there, and it's super thin. Super thin. Yep, I'm not seeing anything to save there. Stone number 5. There's the color bar right there. It angles down and away. I'm just taking it down out of morbid curiosity. There you go. Color bar's still just slightly lower than that. Heck, let's see what it does. There it is. There it is. There's your color bar. Oh. You could make a little doublet out of that if you were so inclined. I'm not. That's a chip jar piece with some red and green. I knew the red was in there, that's why I tried this one, but it was a long shot. So there's stone 5. Make your guesses and then we'll finish them up. I'll dop them up. I'm just going to finish them in random order, so back up and make your guess before I jumble them all up here. She was so much like a lady, and she was so much like a child. Never when she held me close, an angel when she smiled. She always kept it deep inside, but somehow I always knew she'd drift away when the grass turned green and the sky turned to baby blue. And baby blue was the color of her eyes. Baby blue, like the Colorado skies. Like a breath of spring she came and went, I still don't know why. So here's to you and whoever holds my baby blue tonight. There's a big old spider crawling right across the phone, about a half inch from my eyeballs as I'm cutting here. It's on the back of the screen so you can't see it. It'd be funny if it crawled around to the front. I don't know where he went now. It's probably in my hair. Baby blue was the color of her eyes. Baby blue, like the Colorado skies. Alright, that's ready for the next wheel. Now maybe this contest isn't the fairest because the people most likely to get it might have the most experience in cutting opal and might be least excited about getting this type of stone, but we'll see how it goes. See how many people want to participate. Freeform kidney bean, and that's what we're going to do. You don't see me do freeforms very often, but we're doing one there. What do you think we're going to do here? Okay, that one's ready for the other wheel. That one's ready. Now I just got this one. Ow, I missed that cut up right there. Did you see that? Okay, that one's ready for the next wheel. And last but not least, you might recognize this as stone number 1 from the beginning, I think. We might peek into this one. I'm worried this one has a crack that runs all the way down it. It's going to fall into 2 once we get it cut. If it doesn't, it might be a nice little stone. See the crack that runs up the middle? It might be just a chip in the face, or it might be a crack. Alright, we're ready to move on. Move on. She's sun and rain. She's fire and ice. A little crazy, but it's nice. And when she gets mad, you'd best leave her alone. 'Cause she'll rage just like a river and then beg you to forgive her. She's every lover that I've ever known. She's so New York and then LA and every town along the way. She's every place that I've ever been. She's making love on a rainy night, and she's a stroll through Christmas lights, and she's everything I want to do again. And it needs no explanation, 'cause it all makes perfect sense, that when it comes down to temptation, she's on both sides of the fence. She's anything but typical, Sand. She's so unpredictable. Oh, she's every place that I've never been. She's everything I wanna do again. We're hoping that that sand will come out of the face. We are hoping that sand will come out of the face. It's a booger. I don't know, some of it looks fairly deep. Right on the color bar right there. Right in that one spot is all. Almost need to come bring it in a little bit. You guys spot when I make those mistakes cutting? They're minor. I don't know if you're paying attention that much, but maybe you're not that hypercritical of me. I am. We're a little bit, but by that I just mean a little bit zips off of where I didn't want it to come off of. And maybe, I'm assuming that some of you are thinking this through and seeing where I'm going. And seeing that sometimes I don't make the perfect cut. It's minuscule, it's a little bit, but it's the difference between a perfect stone and a not quite perfect stone that you just look at and go, yeah, there's something not right there. I can't put my finger on it, but I can tell you it's not right. Still sand to the face. I'm going to try for the rest of it on the polishing wheel. It's either going to come out or it won't. There's one ready. And we left that one thick. It's kind of a pleasant little teardrop, isn't it? Cute little teardrop. It's all colored. Probably why I left it that thick. We'll have to take it down some, but that one's ready. Okay, this was my favorite one. Focus. Could I have this dance? My, you're looking pretty. Is there something wrong? Did he leave you hurting? I don't mean to pry. That tear in your eye just gave you away. If you don't want to talk, we'll keep it quiet. Sometimes a heartache hurts worse if you hide it. I think there's a chance one slow dance might ease the pain. You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say as I hold you against me will forever be a secret between us two. Well, I've been wanting you, but you didn't know it. Now that he's gone, at last I can show it. If your heart is tired, we might be winning on this one. That's my favorite. It's the orange sherbet, storm in the clouds pattern. I don't know. I guess you technically call that moss, rolling flash, whatever. But it's my favorite. I don't know. Call it what you like. It's pretty to me. I'm not sure that we have our shape here perfect though. Okay, I like that a little bit better. Let's go down one more time on the top. What song was I singing? Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna change my ways of doing things around here. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm gonna get myself in gear. Man, I like that cushion cut. 'Cause I've got a woman who's better than most, and I've made a mess of her plans. Starting today, all I'm gonna be is her man. Well, I'm gonna give it all back, 'cause all I've done is take. And I put her on the back burner while I was out on the make. Now I've got a woman who's good enough to give me a second chance again. Starting today, well, all I'm gonna be is her man. 'Cause I've been a wildcatter and a go-go-getter. I've been an SOB right down to the letter. I've had misadventures, I've even got pictures, and I'm even more than I had planned. Starting today, all I'm gonna be is her man. 'Cause I've been a wildcatter and a go-go-getter. I've been an SOB right down to the letter. I've had misadventures, I've even got pictures. Hey, it's freeform. I can leave it however we want, right? I'm even more than I can stand. Starting today, well, all I'm gonna be is her man. Well, it's a little bit late, but I'm wising up and I'm taking her by the hand. Starting today, all I'm gonna be is her man. 'Cause I've been a wildcatter and a go-go-getter. I've been an SOB right down to the letter. I've had misadventures, I've even got pictures. I'm even more than I can stand. Starting today, all I'm gonna be is her man. Well, I won't make you tell me what I've come to understand. You're a certain kind of woman, I'm a different kind of man. Well, I've tried to make you love me. You've tried to find a spark of a flame that burned, but somehow turned to smoke rings in the dark. And I know I must be going, 'cause love's already gone. And all I'm taking with me, all the pieces of my heart, and all I leave are smoke rings in the dark. The rain falls where it wants to, the wind blows where it will. Everything on earth goes somewhere, but I swear I'm standing still. And the night is like a dagger, long and cold and sharp, as I touch your face and drift away like smoke rings in the dark. And I know I must be going, 'cause love's already gone. See that crack that just materialized out of nowhere right there? If you know, that's a hint. I'm gonna back up. All right, we whacked it back just a little bit. So funny story. Went out to eat breakfast this morning, local restaurant. I'm starting to become somewhat of a regular there. They know me. I'm trying to think now of how the subject even came up. Oh, I know what it was. I was watching YouTube videos as I sat there eating breakfast at the bar by myself, on the bar there at the counter. And that puts you awkwardly close to the waitresses as they're chatting with each other, but I don't want to take up a table by myself, so I was watching Opal's shell video we put out today. Just enjoying the heck out of it. Tommy, great video. Go check out Opal's if you haven't seen that one. I got to get some of that bright shell material, but anyway, so she looks over my shoulder and she says, "What are you watching?" And she starts showing me all the rings that she's wearing on her hand. And I told her that I was watching Opal videos. I cut Opal, and she says, "Well, bring them in. We want to buy some. We love rings." So I started showing her pictures. I told her I don't really sell Opal. I'm making them, because I like to cut Opal, and so she started asking me how much this and that might be worth, and one of the stones that she asked me about was the one I just finished, that one that was 8 carats of amazing green color, and I told her what I thought the value of it was, and she was like, "Oh, dang, well, I can't afford something like that." I said, "Well, I mean, most of my stuff has nothing close to that value," but so she spent several minutes talking to me about jewelry and the things that she liked and other jewelers that she knew. She was showing me their page as if maybe I would want to go look at them, and I don't have any need to look at them, but I take that back. It was interesting to see some of their styles and things that they were making and prices and stuff like that. But she spent about 10 minutes of her morning just chatting with me about something that I'm passionate and love. Now, this is a woman that I know is married, and so I was a little bit torn, but I thought, you know what, the heck. So I drove home, and I sorted through my rings that I've put together recently, and I couldn't make myself part with one. But I saw a stone laying there. On the table. There was a beautiful mint-to-be that I haven't set. And I had a ring sitting there, and I thought, well, I'm not attached to that one yet. Dang it, that crack is messing us up. So I set that ring in that stone in that ring. She had told me what her ring size was, so I set it to that size, and I just took it to the restaurant, and I didn't bring it. I just left it at the front, and they actually somehow they knew. They said, "Oh, is that for so and so?" And I said, "Yeah, just tell her thanks for chatting with me this morning." And I left it there. Now the weird thing is, I don't want to go back there because I don't want it to be awkward. I don't want it to be awkward in any way. I just wanted to do something nice because she was nice. Look at that dadgum crack. We're gonna have to jump back and recut this one too. I think so. This is my favorite stone. We can't leave it that damaged. Anyway, it's just a cool little Opal story there. I dropped off a ring that had a pretty mint-to-be thing in there, and there's just not enough kindness in the world, and when someone takes a minute out of their day to be kind, it means a lot to me. Now we got to cut this thing down. Alright, well, I kept cutting it back and cutting it back and cutting it back. We never got out of the crack. You can see it there. I was hoping we'd at least have a little pointer ring stone there, but no. My favorite one died a tragic death. Let's finish up this. I don't remember if I finished up this teardrop right here. I don't think I've done it on the finishing wheel, have I? That's a cute little teardrop. All right, time to polish. Well, here's what finished out. My favorite one, the one that was a cushion cut that developed a crack. Came off the dop stick like I thought, and came off like that. Too bad. I liked the color on that one. It would have been, well, would have been way bigger than that before the crack, but 1.1 carats there. That goes to the chip jar. Next one was this one, obviously, and you didn't get anything out of that, but just the chance to rub something. This little free form that's kind of dippy and wavy. Let's see, the camera's wanting to tip over on us. Can't tell if you can even see anything there. I didn't get it's dipped in the middle, and I didn't spend enough time to get in there and get the middle of it out, but that's okay. It is what it is right there. It is about 2 carats, maybe 2.4. No. 2.4 carats. On that one, a little cushion cut, Some small stone. I'm gonna guess probably a little over a carat. 1.2. There we go. Possibly my new favorites, the little teardrop, which I'm not a fan of teardrops usually, but sometimes they are pretty cool. It's got a nice amount of color, pretty much it's all color. This one's going to be a little over probably about 1.5 carats. Oh, 1.22 carat and a quarter. And then probably the best one, it actually had a little chip on the base of it when I pulled it off the polish stick, and I didn't feel like going all the way back through, so by hand I hurried up and kind of finished up the shape. You can tell it's not exactly perfect, but it's actually not a bad little stone. So put your guesses in, and we'll just put all of these in a package to the winner. As long as there's at least 10 people that participate in guessing to make it fun. If nobody cares about these enough to participate in this type of thing, then I'll know and we can do something different. But anyway, that's a nice little piece right there, and it's going to be 2 carats-ish. Ooh, 1.94. All right, now I have another idea. Hold on. All right, here's my idea. I try to think of ways that I can be helpful, maybe help some of you learn, and I have more and more people that reach out to me. I really appreciate talking to people and sharing experiences and stuff like that. But I have had more and more people reaching out saying, I just can't find good rough to start cutting, and sometimes they don't know what to look for. And I can tell by watching the online auctions, there's a lot of people that don't know what might cut and what won't cut based on what is being sold and what it's being sold for. So this is what I think would be fun. If I did a video, like maybe a video we'll shoot tomorrow, I'll pick 2 or 3 pieces of rough, and I'll let you guys decide which ones you would buy and which ones you would cut and which ones will cut a stone. And we can do it as giveaways. So if you guess correctly the one that cuts the best stone and guess the weight of the stone closest, and if more than one person gets it, then we'd have to do a random draw. But you can win the stone that we cut. So I think that would be a fun way for you guys to be able to, because when you're buying stuff, you're mostly buying it off of a video or a picture. Don't ever buy it off of just a picture, but if you're buying stuff off a video, if I show you some stuff and you evaluate it from what you see and what you anticipate, and you get to where you can learn how to pick something out that's going to be value and going to cut, and how to tell something that's not going to be value, not going to cut, without any risk to you and possibly some upside. Because if you guess the correct stone, you guess and maybe we could even do like guess the, well, that might be subjective. I was gonna say you can guess the shape and the weight, because I'm trying to get it to where like it just narrows itself down to one winner. But I think just guessing the correct one and guessing the correct weight, you're gonna have to do like 1.23 or 6.19. Make sure you do it down to at least the hundredth, so that we can have a tiebreaker. But tell me what you guys think. I won't do it on this video because it's probably already too long. But on the next video, if I get enough feedback from this, you think that would be fun, we'll start doing some of those. Evaluate this rough and pick the cutters. Tell me what you think. Oh, and like and subscribe if you haven't. Otherwise, no, nothing. There's no downside. Other than I'll be sad.